For 35 days now, accused murder suspect Isabelle Johnson has seemingly managed to stay one step ahead of investigators despite an intense, active, multi-state woman hunt. Investigators believe Johnson has used multiple aliases and may have cut or dyed her hair to change her appearance, all in an effort to stay hidden. But this week, the Walton County Sheriff's Office released a new close-up image highlighting Johnson's very large back tattoo, along with these other distinctive tattoos, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Pay careful attention to it. Now, remember, Johnson is wanted for murder in connection with the death of 43-year-old Jason Coldhart, who was reported missing in May. It was back on June 25th, and investigators say they found his remains buried in a shallow grave on a property in Freeport, Florida. According to the arrest report, he had this large zip tie that was around his neck. His grave was covered with concrete. There was a hidden behind a black Cadillac. And just days after Coldhart's body was found, Johnson was seen on this surveillance video inside a business in Destin, Florida. Take a very careful listen to her voice.
I'll put the address, and the address will tell me full experience and how I'm just trying to get back to my house.
You really need to pay careful attention to what she looks like and sounds like, because the investigators are going to need your help here. The sheriff's office describes Johnson as a master manipulator known to prey on people's sympathies. Did you know that 5 people have already been charged in connection with this case, including 2 who allegedly helped her evade arrest after the killing? And now, got to talk about this. The new image that investigators hope are going to identify Johnson. So the sheriff's office has released this photo of a large winged creature across her back, along with a flower tattoo on her left hand. There's also a tattoo on her right ankle, a large scorpion tattoo down her left thigh, very distinctive. So the question is, how valuable can those tattoos be in tracking down a fugitive? Got the best guest. Eddie Levins, former Charlotte-Mecklenburg police commander who led the task force that helped capture the fugitive Jeffrey Manchester, better known as the Roof Man. Great to see you. Thanks for taking the time. I gotta say, when you see them releasing these images now, on one hand, I'm thinking, oh, maybe, they just got these photographs. It's great. On the other hand, it makes me feel they're not close to capturing her. What do you think?
Thanks for having me on, Jesse. Yeah, after looking at the videos and looking at the pictures that have been online lately, it looks like this really is a reach. The chance of somebody actually seeing this tattoo, if she's hanging out at the beach or if she's, gets caught at a tanning bed somewhere, maybe somebody will recognize it. But the chance of this being able to find her is probably pretty slim.
She would probably cover it up, right?
Yeah, she has no. I mean, this is actually pretty vain. I'm not sure what she's thinking. I mean, what she has right now is 3 things. She has time, she has distance, and she has resources. Somebody's supporting her. This thing has gone long enough where she could be in states all the way up the East Coast. Bus tickets are pretty cheap, and really, it's just the more time goes by, the less people think about it, unless you put it out there. It's really hard to get somebody in custody in this circumstance because of all those 3 factors.
Can we put up that picture again of all of her different appearances? I mean, she looks like a different person every time I'm looking at her. But the surveillance footage, right? Listening to her voice, it's not as distinctive as the tattoos, but could that footage, her voice, help in any way, tracking her down? Somebody hears her?
Well, it's always helpful to get as much information out as you can. I really believe that the hand tattoo may be the one identifier that some clerk at a convenience store is going to see or something like that. That's where you're going to get some opportunity. With the way the internet runs and the way this story's been running, I'm in North Carolina and I haven't seen this information until I search for it. So if she's got opportunity to get this far up north or even go west, the reach has to be in front of her, not behind her. And I think one of the things in this case is that they really spent a lot of time arresting people for what they didn't, or they helped her on the front end or whatever. I really think that what I would have done, I'm not being critical of their efforts, but this is what I would have done differently, is that I probably would have kept those people out of jail so I can use them as resources to catch her. Because the goal here is to get her. You can lock up a bunch of people for helping her, that's great, but you got to get her, and that's the goal.
It's surprising you have this amount of arrests in connection with this. So I go back to this idea of a master manipulator. If you're working this case and you are hearing that description, what does that tell you about her? What does that tell you, about who may potentially be helping her?
well, she's a typical con person or whatever, and women are typically able to get away with this a little bit easier than men are. But like I said, in Jeffrey's case, in the roof man, he did the exact same thing. You know, sometimes it's some type of mental disorder that drives these people or whatever, but she's able to get a hold of people who are able to help her out. She'll make friends with anybody that'll make friends with her to help her, you know, continue on in her freedom. And that's the goal, is to find those people, to try to find somebody that's willing to come forward after they've been contacted by her, been approached by her. You know, if they give her money or whatever, but at least cooperate with authorities so they can try to get her in custody. The longer this goes on, the less likely you're going to get her.
That's true. I was going to ask you before I sign off, 20 seconds. Is this unusual that she hasn't been captured after 35 days?
It's not. I mean, especially because she has the three things that are her advantage or whatever. And anybody that has the resources to go out there and has the ability to get out there, women can change her look so easily. A ball cap, as simple, something as simple as that, totally changes her look. She can blend and, you know, hide in public is what she's going to do. She could walk through the mall right now and nobody's going to tell who she is.
Yeah. I just got to say, like, looking at her, other than the tattoos, she's not that distinctive. She could look like anybody. Eddie Levins, thanks so much for taking the time. I really appreciate your perspective on it.
Happy to be here.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.